Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Celebrity Challenge, and today we have High School Musical, the series, the special. Yeah, this is getting out of hand at this point. So yeah, if this is a behind the scenes, 23 minutes long from 2019, and it is. If you watch the series as based on the movie series, here's a documentary about that. It's a quick 23 minutes, so it's not like it's too complicated. It's just a little behind the scenes about what built up to it, what they went through in making it happen, and then performing on a stage in front of about 6,000 people at the D23 Expo in 2019. Kind of a big deal. Was it 2019? We had one that year? Yeah. I can't remember if I was. I remember being in the room I can't remember the last time I was in the main hall for one of those things. I kind of remember a marching band and everything else. That might have been it. I kind of only remember the marble and the Star Wars stuff back when I go to those things. But yeah, it was a big deal. So I mean, honestly, if you don't understand what I said with that title, it's right there. It's a lot. High School Musical is a humongous phenomenon, especially just among the Disney Channel crowd. But it starred Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens as the leads, Ashley Tisdale and so many others, Lucas Grabeel and a number of other actors, all sort of launched their careers or just taken to a new level because of High School Musical. You know who Zac Efron is. You know who Vanessa Hudgens is because of High School Musical. And so when they did 3 movies, where can you really go from there? These kids aren't high schoolers anymore. They're grown up. They're doing other things. They're doing other films. They're doing more mature films. And yeah, it's you can't be in high school forever. So do you make a new class? Do you make a new generation? You could do that, but will it have the same appeal? You just can't keep recycling. In some cases you can, but maybe you can't always do a next generation type of story, a straight next generation story with a new kids doing the same thing that the kids you loved when you were 14 or younger or whatever, and you sang all the songs with your friends and you fell in love with Zach or Vanessa or Ashley or anybody in that cast, and you're just like, wouldn't it be great if my high school was just full of singing and dancing, lots of choreographed dancing. We're all in this together. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, maybe for some people it would be terrifying for others, especially if you're just drawn into it and you're like, I don't know the choreography. That's just I wasn't at rehearsals. It's okay. So yeah, what do you do? Well, what if you made a series, not a film, but a series, but it's a series about a musical of High School Musical only because the class that's doing it is going to school at the high school where High School Musical movies were filmed. Get that? It's not too complicated, but it's still the idea that this is meant to be real teenagers who knew that their school was used as the place where they filmed the movie. It's in Utah somewhere. Where they filmed. I live relatively close to the high school where Buffy the Vampire Slayer was filmed, and She's All That, and 90210, and things like that. There's a ton of high schools, but specifically the Buffy High School is in Torrance, California, and they do a convention now every year called Hellmouth Con that takes place at the convention. Yes, you can go to a convention at a high school where it all took place. Well, yeah, a lot of stuff was filmed on sets in different parts of LA, but the exteriors, you can get pictures anytime, preferably not when school is in session, in front of the high school. Don't go when school is in session. I've gone on weekends when there's nothing going on. Security is still there, and they will look at you suspiciously. And I did that 20 years ago, when I first visited. But yeah, there's a convention in June. Check it out, Hellmouth Con. You're welcome, Marcia. This is not the paid promotion. I'm just saying you can go and the Buffy actors will be there. Spike and Drusilla and a bunch of others are coming. Even the mayor, I think. Anyway, it's a thing. But this is a situation where these kids just have to go to the high school where they filmed High School Musical, and the new drama musical teacher is like, well, why have you never done a musical of High School Musical at this school? It just makes sense. And so these kids that we follow in this story get drawn into, auditioning, and they have their own issues and stories and everything else. And of course, along the way, they are performing, singing and dancing to the classic songs that you know from the movies, that they all know from movies, that they all grew up watching, both as real people and also as their characters. So it's very meta. It's super mega meta. It's super. It references in so many ways, and this documentary just talks about all of that. And so you do get glimpses of not just this new series cast, but the original cast, how they compare to each other. And yes, Olivia Rodrigo is in this. Olivia Rodrigo. Probably, I don't know enough about Olivia Rodrigo that if she had a big music career before this or not, which seems weird that she didn't, but I guess it was 2019 and it's 2025 now, and she's not very old. Maybe I don't know. Did this launch her career? Olivia, just clear this up. Just let me know. So if you want to know more about it, again, for the most part, these movies and series are not made for me. What I've seen of each of them, I've enjoyed. It's not the kind of thing I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I need to watch it again and again. They were not made for me. I don't necessarily watch high school kids dance in movies and fall in love and play basketball or something. I don't watch those things except for the series that made me do that. And I have watched the first episode of the series, maybe the second, I don't know, a while ago. And it's well acted, well performed. I think because the meta aspect of it makes it even funnier to me. Like they are fully aware of what they're doing. But yeah, I don't know how many seasons there are of this series, if there's going to be more or not. I think there's another one coming. I don't know. Eventually they will age out as well and become too big of stars to be in this series, and there'll have to be another generation. Maybe High School Musical, the musical, the series, the musical, the series. We can only hope, because people can't get enough. I mean, Kenny Ortega, the director of the first three films, the only three films. Wasn't there a Sharpay movie? But Kenny Ortega directed the High School Musical films, and he shows up in this documentary just talking about how he really loves the series and how it just stays true to everything. And people had always been asking him, we want more High School Musical. Well, you're just not going to get Hudgy. That's what I call Vanessa, because you're not going to get Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron and so many others just to come back and maybe there'll be a high school reunion movie, the musical. Don't hold your breath. But yeah, a lot of people have to move on beyond their things, beyond what made them famous. Yes, they're still going to be signing pictures of themselves when they were 18 from High School Musical when they're 85. That's just the way it's going to be. But hey, you know what? Life could be so much worse. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 84. Ooh, just missed a bunch of classic shorts, but we're going to watch something that has as compared to this, it has possibly the shortest title on all of Disney+. There might be one that's shorter. I do not know. But that's our High School Musical, the musical, the series. High School Musical, the musical, the series, the special. We're just going to watch Fly. Fly. It's in the documentary section, so I'm not sure what it's all about. Who's flying, what's flying, why it's flying, but we're going to be watching Fly on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.